I'm really glad to be here today, and I'm really honored to be able to present my work in front of you. Let's jump to the presentation. In our study, we have explored if female underrepresentation in information technology can be solved through an awareness-based approach. That's our presentation outline. We are going to discuss about the female underrepresentation problem in IT in general, and then we will talk about how we have explored the problem. We'll talk about our findings. We'll explore the obstacles entering the IT sector in Bangladesh, and we will see that do the barriers still exist after entering the sector, and then we will highlight our proposed solutions. So female underrepresentation in IT has long been a topic of discussion around the world. Due to different social cultural factors, its nature varies from country to country. To effectively address this issue, it's really necessary to conduct carefully tailored studies considering different contexts. So far, the research community focused on understanding the related aspects in a generalized scale, but few studies have investigated the aspects in the context of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, the difference between the number of male and female IT professionals is really alarming. According to a study conducted by Bangladesh Open Source Network, BDOSN, the study was conducted on over 90 universities over a period of 12 years. According to this study, the percentage of women studying in computer science or related fields is only 25%. And women joining IT industry after graduation, the percentage is only 13%. Even after a couple of years of entering the IT industry, women are seen leaving the industry to either join academia or switch to other fields. Only 10% of the women who has graduated from IT-related fields stay in the industry after joining. Female students studying CS or IT tend to participate less in programming contests compared to the male students. Less than 1% of the female students who choose to major in computer science or IT-related fields participated in competitive programming contests in 2015, according to the study report of BDOSN. In the preliminary round of ICPC 2015, Dhaka region, only 5 teams were led by female team leaders. So it's really important to address this gap in participation, and we need to carefully examine the factors that are hindering women to choose IT as a profession in Bangladesh and the factors that are influencing them to leave the IT industry even after joining and working for a couple of years. Addressing this problem will play a role in women empowerment in an age where technology-based jobs are increasing, and this will ensure diversity in the IT sector and help nurture innovation in the workforce. So here is the summary of our study. We have conducted a survey in 2 stages, and in between the 2 stages, we have conducted a focus group discussion. The goal of our first survey was to understand the underlying reason of this problem in the context of Bangladesh and finding out possible solutions. The participants of the first survey were female students studying in 11th and 12th grade in Bangladesh who were about to pursue undergraduate level studies 1 or 2 years after the survey was conducted. Then we have conducted a focus group discussion to discuss about the factors hindering young women to choose IT as a career and find insights about the problems and solutions. 60 participants from the first survey, their parents and academicians took part in the focus group discussion. Then we have conducted a second survey so that we can understand the barriers that show up after choosing IT as a career. And the participants of the second survey were female undergraduate students doing majors in computer science or related fields, and female IT professionals working in various software firms in Bangladesh. After analyzing the responses from our participants from the surveys and the focus group discussion, we have found the reason behind the underrepresentation in concern, and we have found that the sociocultural condition is mainly behind this underrepresentation or behind this problem. Then we have organized the barriers in 2 categories: the obstacles that stop women from entering the IT sector and the barriers that show up after entering the IT sector. The obstacles that stop women from entering the IT sector can be divided into the five points, like the social norms and stigma, fear caused by lack of information, work culture and gender roles, lack of female icons, and state of social security. And the barriers that show up after entering the IT sector are the sunset law and professional challenges that we are going to discuss later. And the proposed solutions can be categorized in these 3 themes, like mentoring and stereotyping and focus on achievements. We have seen that parental influence is a major issue in career choice, and as the women at a very young age face discouragement from family and society to choose to pursue IT as a career, And as there is gender-based digital divide in our society, all of this leads them to lack of experience and confidence. And there is stigma in the society that girls cannot excel in jobs that require logical and analytical abilities. This stereotyping leads to lack of self-confidence among women and creates imposter syndrome among them. Then there is lack of career counseling here, and young women has little idea about most viable career paths after passing high school. This is prevalent among the females when choosing whether they want to pursue a career in IT or not. So due to the limited information available to them, they must judge their suitability, their capability for the field. Again, due to the work culture and gender roles, women tend to choose jobs with less workloads as they're expected to perform certain gender roles such as maintaining household chores and raising children. Girls who get married before starting their undergraduate studies don't even consider IT as a career. Those who choose the IT sector in the first place have to switch fields or quit jobs at some point in their lives due to marriage or pregnancy, as most IT companies in Bangladesh have little work-life balance. The discrimination in the male-dominated industry creates performance anxiety among the female workers. We have seen that students at a younger age grow more interest in CS if they see role models who they can resonate with, but there is a lack of female icons in the industry. So this lacking of female icons leads to this void in participation, and young women are attracted to those sectors where women visibly excel, like health sector in the context of Bangladesh. So less women in the workplace means less encouragement and peer support for freshers, both in academic and industrial context. So this absence of women in IT delivers the idea that this field is not suitable for women and creates a cycle of disinterest. Companies that are not well structured, in those companies, employees have to work late hours. Even in well-structured companies, employees have to stay late during release time and other emergencies like server crash. So considering the state of social security of Bangladesh, working late and commuting at night is not a safe option for girls. So parents are unwilling to let their daughters work. In the second survey, we have explored that if the barriers still exist after entering the IT sector, we have surveyed the female IT professionals working in the industry and women who are pursuing their postgraduate degrees. So after analyzing the responses, we have seen that studying in IT requires staying longer in classes as there are longer labs. So if the university doesn't provide secure residential facilities, it really becomes difficult for the female students to continue or excel in lab works. The traffic issues here makes this problem more severe. Again, girls in most of the cases cannot participate in co-curricular activities that require them to stay out for longer or travel for, like they can participate in hackathons in most of the cases. And they cannot even participate in programming contests that end late or that is far from home due to longer commute and security issues. And there are some professional challenges, like not all the software companies ensure much work-life balance here. So it becomes tough for the female employees to continue their job performing certain gender roles and handling other responsibilities. And in some cases, companies don't even want to hire female employees as they can't work overtime outside of office hours. Like in LinkedIn, job postings can be seen mentioning females are not encouraged to apply or male employees only. Again, performing well is considered to be unexpected sometimes by the senior developers. This issue is prevalent in the industry, but not in academia. So that's why females prefer academia over industry. And women-friendly companies do exist, but they are not highlighted enough. And these stories are not shared with the younger females. So young women think that discrimination prevails in this sector. So after analyzing the 240 responses from the surveys, we have concluded that lack of awareness among students, parents, and policymakers is the main obstacle on the way of solving female underrepresentation in IT. And an awareness-based approach needs to be introduced to solve this. Then we identified and categorized the following possible solutions, like mentoring and stereotyping and focus on achievements. Over 97% of participants think that mentoring and proper guidance can help women at a young age to see a clear picture regarding how life in the IT sector would be. And once they can see the clear picture, they will be able to clarify their confusions, uncertainty, and fears. And near-peer mentors who are current students or graduates with similar interests, goals, and backgrounds can provide insights and advice. And with them, young girls can really resonate well. They can play a significant role regarding this issue. Then to end the stereotyping, to break myths in the society, awareness needs to be raised among parents who play a vital role in influencing their children's career choice. And once the parents are reassured that the IT sector is safe and convenient for girls, they will no longer pressurize them to avoid the IT sector and will see IT as a viable career choice for their daughters. 72.7% and 78% of participants from each target group respectively think that female achievements in IT lack exposure. So highlighting female professionals and students, sharing their stories, their perceptions, experiences, focusing on female icons may help change the existing perception. And a source of inspiration can always act as a trailblazer. So here we have presented some interesting findings from our survey. So I'm going to jump into the solutions that we can do for solving this underrepresentation problem. We have asked the participant that if proper guidance and mentoring can make female students more interested in the fields of computer science and information technology. So 97.5% and 97.6% from the respective groups agreed with the statement. We have asked them that to increase female participation and promote equality, steps should be taken against common social beliefs and for increasing awareness among the parents. 96% and 92.6% from the respective groups agreed with the statement. We have asked them that besides engineering, society has a tendency to not focus on female participation and achievements in sports, science, and research. For example, in cricket, people know more about the male cricketers compared to the female ones. So is this social structure the reason why females lag behind in the IT sector? We have asked them, and 72.7% and 78% from the respective groups agreed with this statement.